Wow, I feel left out with the fucking t-shirt selection today, boys. You're showing me up here. We got the stupid fucking idiot tee, my tummy hurts tee, and then I'm here with the fucking zero defense tee. What is that a reference to, Q, or is that it's just a t-shirt?
I saw it on Twitter and I had money, so
That's so
That's the
real.
same.
My tummy hurts. What's the bottom picture?
actually,
But I'm being really brave about it. That's so valid.
It's a little teddy bear in bed. Tell me this ain't hard, guy.
Nah, that is hard. I can't lie. You're just showing me up
yeah,
today.
no,
Hard as
I
fuck.
actually for my birthday, I was scrolling on Twitter and I saw a bucket hat that said I own a bucket hat, so that'll be coming in a future episode.
So good. I own a bucket hat.
Wow. Well, boys, week 5 of the NFL season, I feel, was probably the best week so far in terms of games and also bets. I won a bit of money this weekend. Gamble responsibly. What a way to start the show with a gambling ramble. But yeah, week 5, man, it was class, but our picks weren't that good. We'll go through our picks today. Welcome back to the Nameless NFL show. We review our picks from last week, make picks for this current week, week 6. If you can't tell by my voice, it's the flu game episode. I am so sick and I'm sweating, but it's not even hot, but I am hot. Key told me that before as well, before we started recording. But anyway, bro, week 5 of the NFL season, I went 7-7. Boys, did we all go 7-7? What are we even
Even
doing?
the coin went 7-7, bro.
I mean, that's valid though. That's the first time the coins actually hit coin though, you know? Because the coin realistically should be 50-50. So that's actually crazy because we all picked different teams as well. So for us to all go 7-7, it's like another week where we've had similar records picking different teams. Like I say, I am sick. I'm usually the biggest yapper on the show, so I'm going to try and keep my yapping down today, and hopefully the boys can do the heavy lifting with the talking and the games analysis. So very quickly, I'll run through my week's picks from last week, pay respects to the teams I've got to pay respects to. It probably won't even feel like respect. Starting off with the Thursday night game last week, San Francisco 49ers beat the Rams. I guess I've got to put respect on Key's team. I forgot to do the intros again. Nice one, boys. To my left, we have Key. He's a 49ers fan. Down below, we have Cusick, Green Bay Packers fan. He's coming off a bye week. Key, anything you want to say in an intro?
No. Mac
Amazing.
Jones.
Oh, okay. Mac Jones.
Jones.
2 words, Mac Jones. Q, anything there you want to introduce?
I just want to ask a question to the audience here. What the NFL is going on here? This season has been absolutely insane, and it's only week 6 now, so we got a lot more craziness to go.
I feel like the weeks are flying by. Is that just me? Like, how are we at week 6 already? I feel like it was just last week I was placing my futures bets, and now we're here, like £500 down. But anyway, bro, you know me. I miss my dog, Lamar Jackson. 8 under the 9. That's an improper fraction. Let's get to the paying respects for week 5. 49ers got to pay respect to Mac Jones and the practice squad over there. They went out and beat the Rams somehow. I was going to bring this up on the show. I don't even know if I have the energy to argue it. But Q, I want to know your thoughts on this. I said to Key the other day, this game proved that Brock Purdy is not worth the money he's being paid. It proved that the 49ers are a system team and anyone can go and play QB there. And also, Kyle Shanahan wanted Mac Jones back in the day in the draft, but they ended up getting Trey Lance instead. If they would have drafted Mac Jones back then, there would be no Brock Purdy. And that's my controversial opinion of the day. There would be no Brock Purdy if they drafted Mac Jones, because he would be the starter. And you've seen it there, bro. System QB, loves munching bananas, so does Key. So,
I mean, it's not ridiculous. It's not ridiculous to say that. We've definitely seen it before. This system is very good on quarterbacks. We've seen Jimmy Garoppolo succeed. We've seen Nick fucking Mullins succeed in this system. But I think Brock Purdy's still a pretty good quarterback, and I think he's a better talent than those two. But like we saw last night, I got this pick wrong too. Mac Jones just looked incredible. Key, you talked about some type of needles last episode. What is this? blitz the league. Like it was just crazy what they were doing to Mac Jones, and somehow they kept him through the whole game. They ended up winning. Absolutely insane game.
Do you want to talk some shit on that one, Key, since it's your team and you got a dub?
In essence, with what you say, it's kind of you kind of are right because it is like you could put anybody in there and it will more than likely work. But some of the things that Brock does, he's interchangeable. Like some of the movements he does, some of the throws he makes, some of the like I don't know how to say it, some of the um runs and like that kind of stuff. Like Mac Jones can't do that.
Mm.
That's why he's the backup. Mac Jones doesn't have his mobility. Mac Jones doesn't have. Yet we won. I'm chuffed that we won, but I still can't wait to get Brock back. But
Yeah.
2 words: Mac Jones must see TV.
What I really meant as well with there would be no Brock Purdy is that obviously he was the last pick in the draft, Mr. Irrelevant, and he got that chance to play because obviously your QB room stunk it up. But if they would have drafted Mac Jones when Kyle Shanahan originally wanted him, and before he got baited by the whole dual threat Trey Lance thing, maybe they would never have drafted Brock Purdy, or if they did, he wouldn't have got the chance to play, and then he wouldn't be who he is. But yeah, crazy win there. Let me very quickly run through the rest of my respects. Got to put respect on the Saints. You know, we was riding the Giants high after the win against the Chargers. That did really feel like a trap game. I think I even said it last week's episode. I picked the Dolphins to beat the Panthers. Respect to Carolina. Is that respect to Carolina, or is that fuck the Dolphins for being a bum-ass team? 17 points up, what the hell? How'd you lose that one? I've got to put respect on the Texans. They beat the Ravens, but let's be honest, the fucking school of the blind could beat that Ravens defense at the moment. Just put a little bell in the ball. Is that disrespectful to say? I don't know. The Titans beats the Cardinals. Cardinals again, bum-ass team. What the fuck are we doing here, bro? Like, if I see one more player drop the ball on the 1 yard line, I'm gonna fucking kill myself on national TV. Buffalo Bills got beat by the Patriots. I did say Patriots plus 8.5. Shout out to everyone who backed the spread because I unfortunately did not. But I did say that was our pick 6. By the way, stay tuned for the end of the episode for our pick 6 parlay. We went 5-1 in our 6 picks last week. Shout out to whichever one of you two said Alvin Kamara anytime touchdown because you let us down. Was that you, Q? I can't even remember who it was.
It's
So
not me.
yeah, what a terrible pick. He let us down for like 250 there. So yeah, bad pick. But hey, 5-1 for the first week of pick 6. That's a good record. I picked the Bills to win. Said they would Patriots would cover the spread. Did not expect them to win outright. Then I picked the Chiefs to beat the Jags, and Trevor Lawrence's head just annoys me. Anyway, yeah, that's my
What do you mean by
respects.
that?
That's my respects. He just looks like, I don't even know, bro. He looks like an animal. He looks like a I don't know, lad. He looks like the fella from Wednesday. If anyone's seen Wednesday on Netflix, he looks like the kid with the long hair and that. But anyway, yeah. Week 6 is next week. Week 5, respects paid. Key, take it away, please, because I'm tired and sick.
I'm not gonna pay no respects. I'm just gonna list off my losers because they smell and I hate them. The Giants lost. I picked the Giants. Fuck's sake. Dolphins, come on. Fucking Dolphins stink. Eagles, I didn't think the Eagles would lose. Eagles lost. I'm kind of happy. Don't know what else to say. Cardinals, fucking Cardinals. Fuck the Cardinals. Chargers. What's going on? Jay Herbo. I mean, little Madison Beer kiss at the start of the game, and you catch an L. Bills. Come on, Josh Allen. I'll let you off, Josh Allen. And the Chiefs. Fuck the Chiefs. I'm glad they lost.
Real and true. Over to you, Q.
Yeah, like I did before, got to pay respects to the Niners. They were injured as hell and still came away with the win. Saints under Kellen Moore finally got their first win of the year. Actually, very proud of the Saints for that one, even if it was against the Giants, who had a lot of multiple turnovers and stuff. The Saints, this team is so bad, and Kellen Moore has kept them in almost every single game this year. It's incredible how he's been coaching. Broncos upsetting the Eagles. I knew the Eagles were on that 2024 Chiefs path where they're barely winning all their games. There's going to be a loss in there eventually. I just didn't see it against Denver. And the Panthers over the Dolphins. What the hell was this game? Like you saw Bryce Young just played horrible, go down 17-0, and then was like, "Oh, it's game time." Okay, and then turned it on and just won the game out of nowhere. And the Dolphins just falling apart. It's unfortunate to see. And then yeah, Chargers, their offensive line problems are way worse than I thought. Upset by the Commanders. Patriots over Bills. I keep saying shit in these episodes and not following up with it. I said the Patriots are always sneaky close with the Bills. They just can't seem to get away from that team. And sure enough, it came back. And Drake May believers, I understand it now. I understand it now. And what was the last one here? The Jags over the Chiefs. You said Trevor Lawrence looked like an animal. He looked like a baby stallion with that flowing mane and how he was flopping around on the final play of the game like a newborn. But somehow still able to get into the end zone. Shout out Chris Jones. Unbelievable effort on that play. And yeah, that's my respect fade.
I saw that film where he's just stood there. Like, I don't even know what he was doing, bro. Like, it was almost like he was trying to be like a pretend QB spy, but then the QB started running and he went nowhere with it. But yeah, I want to shout out myself for picks from last week. I picked the Commanders because I said, yo, Chargers O-line is looking weak. The Giants beat the Commanders because they got pressure on Jay Herbo. That was just a perfect pick for me right there. Exactly as planned. And also I picked the Broncos to beat the Eagles, and finally the Eagles took an L. Obviously, I'm an Eagles hater, but I did actually think the Broncos defense could have caused problems, and it did. Second half, at least. Maybe not the first half so much, but the Broncos won, Commanders won, and I picked them both. Shout out to Mallory Bros, man. You know what I mean? Broncos and Commanders picking up the W and picking up the dub for me in the pick'em. You love to see it, even though I still went fucking 7-7 this week. Absolute shite. But we'll move into week 6. No, we won't. No, we won't. Let's double it back. Because before we move on from the week before, we have Q's segment. Key, I'm sorry, we still haven't really found you a segment yet, unless you want to just freestyle something in a minute. But we'll start with Q, his biggest winners and losers of the week. Q's Corner, take it away.
Well, I mean, you guys are always welcome in Q's Corner here, but I will say my biggest winner of the week is probably the Colts. I know they're playing the lowly Raiders looking back, but I still was not fully convinced on the Colts. I mean, they played a great game against the Rams, but I'm still thinking in my head, like, okay, you got the big dogs in the AFC, you got the Bills, you got guys like that, and then the Colts, I think, are like a much lower tier, but just completely dominating this Raiders team, which is exactly what you're supposed to do when you're a great team playing a bad team. I think that was a very good win for them, especially just blowing them out completely, not letting their foot off the gas at all. And my biggest loser of the week, I called it, guys. Arizona Cardinals. What the hell was that? What the hell was that? Like, first of all, we have the fumble at the 1 yard line. I'm not one to entice violence, but the next person who fumbles the ball at the 1 yard line while celebrating is getting shot on sight, if that's what it takes to stop this from happening. And that crazy interception towards the end of the game, where it was like the oh man, I always make everything a SpongeBob reference, talking about Plankton trying to teach SpongeBob to be assertive. He throws the pick and he's like, that's yours. You need to take that back. Hey, that's my ice cream. Great, now let him have it. And he fumbles the interception. You can have it. Like, okay. Somehow that ends up as a touchdown, and then just nothing at all out of the offense. Their head coach is punching players at the end of the game. Just absolute shambles. You thought the Cardinals pick against the Packers a couple of years back sent them in the wrong direction. I don't know how they come back from this.
I'm sick of seeing players drop the ball at the 1 yard line. I'm also sick of seeing QBs throw the ball away by themselves. Like, Kyler Murray, bro, did you see that one play where he literally just threw it? Like, he was like backed up. I think he was scared of getting took like for a safety, maybe, or something, and then he just threw the ball away. But I'm pretty sure that would have been a fumble, or at least intentional grounding, because it definitely did not clear the line of scrimmage. He just fucking threw the ball away. The old lineman had to go and jump on it. Jackson Dart had a fumble against the Saints where he just fucking threw the ball on the floor. And Bryce Young did the same shit as well in the Panthers game. And the Panthers still won somehow, but like, everybody else, stop throwing the fucking ball away. Derrick Henry stopped fumbling it. I mean, we'll talk about him later, but Bro, ball security. Kyron Williams fucking fumbled on the 2-yard line. Somebody else did for the Jets the week before. Why can nobody hold on to the ball? Are we using new balls this year or something? Can I get a feel of the balls just to see how they feel? I need to stop making jokes that's making me laugh because I can't, speak without coughing. But yeah, man, fuck the Cardinals, bro. Honestly. Key, do you want to add anything? No. Okay. Well, before we move on to sorry, bro, that made me laugh. They're just not even a word, just the shake of the head. But yeah, before we move on to our week 6 picks, we've got to do my favorite segment of the show, Big Dog of the Week. Big Dog in the house. Big Dog got to eat. Now the boys have been speculating who am I going to give the award to. The first time I gave the award out, it went to Baker Mayfield because he led a game-winning drive. The second week, it went to Baker Mayfield again, the first ever 2-time winner of Big Dog of the Week because he led a game-winning drive. You see the pattern that's going on here? Week 3, it went to, oh shit, they got the beam on me. Darren Waller came back, 2 touchdowns for the Dolphins. And low-key, boys, this week, I was considering giving it back to Darren Waller. He got a touchdown in the Dolphins game, and I was like, hold on, this might be another back-to-back winner, but then they lost, so I can't really give it over there. Now, I do have a short list of some players I want to highlight just to give a shout-out for being big dogs this week. Rico Dowdle being number 1. He had 23 carries, 206 yards and a touchdown, but he plays for the Panthers. Bum-ass team. I know he's an ex-Cowboy as well, but I'm not going to give it to him. Speaking of current Cowboys, Javonte Williams was like my top pick for Big Dog of the Week. 16 rushes, 135 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 on the ground, 1 in the air. He had 2 touchdowns this week. And a new career long for him, 66 yards. That pissed me off big time. He's in my fancy team, Javonte Williams. He had a 66-yard rush, got tackled at like the 2. Just run it in, bro. I'm you've just ran 66 yards. I'm sure you have 2 more in you. You know what I mean? There was a joke there, but I'm not going to say it. Jonathan Taylor had a hat-trick of touchdowns. So shout out to Key's fancy team. He got his first win of the week as well. We should do like a fantasy segment in these shows. Now that Key's got a win, I'm sure he'll be on board with that. Maybe that can be your thing, Key. You can be the fancy guy, but then you're 1 and 5.
Big Dog of the Week.
Yeah, Big Dog of the Week for Key. I want to shout out Bill Krosky-Merritt from the Commanders. He had a big week. But also Baker Mayfield was very, very close to winning it for a 3rd time, and the boys were not happy. They were speculating I would give it back to Baker, another game-winning drive. But I'm going to keep it consistent. You know me, I'm all about consistency, and for the Big Dog of the Week award, it goes to not only a big dog, but my dog. For week 5 of the NFL season, big dog in the house. It's Emeka Egbuka, my rookie of the year. You probably saw it coming if you know me, if you know how much I've been hyping this guy up. But let me read this stat line. 7 receptions, 163 yards, and a touchdown. He also scored an octopus. Do you know what an octopus is? Are you familiar with this phrase?
I've heard of it, but it's been a while.
So he scored a touchdown, right? 6 points. The Bucs went for 2, and he caught the 2-point conversion. So he got 8 points on the play, which people are calling an octopus. And for that alone, he's Big Dog of the Week. 163 yards. This guy is fucking ridiculous. He is absolutely ridiculous. Q, I remember in our post-draft show that me and you did, I said, I like that he's gone to the Bucs because the way they can use him at the Bucs, being the second receiver, the way they line up and can use him in motion and stuff like that, I thought that was a perfect landing spot for him. And so far this season, we've seen that. And Baker Mayfield's playing like a fucking MVP right now as well. I know you're memeing me for saying, he might be 3-time Big Dog of the Week, but bro, never mind Big Dog of the Week, Big Dog of the season. He's playing like an MVP. Out of his mind. But Emeka Egbuka is my Big Dog of the Week. I want to shout out Stephon Diggs though. He was very close playing against his old team. I do love storylines. 10 receptions, 146 yards against the Bills. But yeah, just got beat out by my rookie, because that's my rookie of the year. But yeah, you just don't seem too impressed with this Big Dog of the Week pick.
There seems to be a certain player missing. That's all I can say.
From my
There's one guy missing
list.
From the short list who should have got it.
Enlighten me. What the hell am I looking at? That's Scottie Pippen. Oh, the 11 banana game. Okay. Mac Jones. You know what?
Dog of the week. My dog of the week.
Yeah. Nah, he did ball out for real.
This guy didn't have
Yeah,
Mac Jones.
let me read off these stats for you real quick. If I can find him, Jesus Christ. 33 of 49, 342 yards, 2 touchdowns, 0 interceptions, 1 shoulder, 1 knee.
11 bananas.
11 bananas. You're missing the point though, Q, on that stat line. What team does he play for?
Fuck
Bias
you, dude.
What teams does he play for? What do you mean? This is my award. What do you mean? Bias? Of course there's bias. Of course there's bias. This is my award. You think I'm ever going to give it to a 49ers player? Hell no. Hell no. And if I ever give it to CMC, it'll be for something he did in Carolina.
You know what my segment's gonna be key player of the week. It's just gonna be dog of the week, but my version, the unbiased. But it will go to a Niner every week.
Exactly. This guy only knows Niners. I asked him his top 5 receivers in the league, and he was like, DeMarcus Robinson. I was like, bro, he was on fucking crack 2 weeks ago.
Kendrick Bourne. No mention of Kendrick Bourne and big dog of the week as well.
No, because it was a one-off.
Wow. Fred Warner.
You see, this guy only knows 49ers players. You can have your own 49ers segment if you want, but no one's going to watch it. I'll put timestamps in the description.
I know other than 49ers players. Jimmy Garoppolo. No, listen.
Yeah. Anyway, that was our week 5 roundup. Should we get to our week 6 picks?
Let's do it.
Let's do it. We start off Thursday Night Football tonight as we record this, so this video will probably go up after the game, I'm not going to lie, because I'm sick and I don't have it in me. But it's a big one, especially for me being a Cowboys fan. Obviously, this is a division matchup in the NFC East. I'm still getting used to the North, South, East, and West. Allow me, I don't have a compass on hand. Philadelphia Eagles just picked up their first loss of the season against the Broncos last week, traveling to MetLife to play the New York Giants. Also coming off the back of a big-time loss against the Saints last week, who have been absolute shite so far this season. So the Giants looking to bounce back. Eagles looking to bounce back. I'm going Eagles. Q, who you taking?
I mean, I'm going Eagles too. Both these teams coming off a loss have something to prove, but I think the Eagles just have the more talented squad. It's not. There's not too much more to say than that.
P.
You know, I was surprised by the Denver Broncos win against the Eagles. Honestly, I really did think they were invincible, but it looks like there seems to be a little crack in this Eagles team, and
DeMarcus Robinson's ears just perked up. Sorry, my bad.
Peck Rodgers. Sorry. But I honestly can't see the Giants being the ones that take a W here. I'd love it. A bounce back Giants win. Another Eagles loss. It'd be incredible. It'd feed families. It'd feed generations.
What?
But I'm here with you guys. I'm taking the Eagles win.
See, if Malik Neighbors was still here, as I said that like he's no longer with us. I was about to say I said it like he's no longer with us, but if he was playing in this game, it might be a different story, and I might try and ride the wavy white boy train over in New York. But give me a Saquon Barkley anytime touchdown. I know he's been dealing with a knee injury, but this is his old team. He's getting in the paint, and also Lane Johnson might be out. So, like you say, there are cracks showing in this Eagles team. You know, AJ Brown is throwing shade on Jalen Hurts, saying he just missed open throws. Did you see that, by the way? I think that was AJ Brown's fault. I'm not gonna lie. Did you see that run where he stopped and then kept going, but then the ball got overthrown? But as a receiver, I used to play receiver when I was younger. You're trained to just run the route. Like, I got fumed at by my QB one time because I stopped on the run, and he's like, "No, just keep running the whole route. Never stop on the run." You know what I mean? But AJ Brown did, and then he was like, "Nah, it's just a miss." The cracks are showing. It's a fucking 7-point game here on the spread. I don't even know if the Eagles will cover that, but I'm taking the Eagles to win money line and a Saquon anytime touchdown. Let's move on, though, to the games that actually matter, because these will be the games after the video goes live. We start off with the Denver Broncos, who just took down the Eagles. They're also 7-point favorites going up against the New York Jets. I'm going to guess all three of us are picking the Broncos here. So the question I actually want to ask is, when do we think the Jets are going to get their first win of the season? Like, if ever?
Oh, like I made a point with the Titans and the Saints, It's very hard in the league to go without a win. Like you're gonna stumble into a win one way or another. We literally saw the Titans stumble their way into a win over the Cardinals. But I'm not sure what the Jets' schedule looks like and when their next best opportunity is. I'm sure they'll find it somewhere along the road here, but things are looking a lot more rough than I initially thought.
Did you see the
Did they
stat
play against the
that?
Cardinals this season?
I don't think so. We can pull up the schedule. Oh, they do have to play the Browns in a week, whatever week that is. It's in November. So, oh, they have to play the Saints on the 21st of December. That could be it. But then 21st of December is that's a long time away. They've got the Panthers after the Broncos. That's a good spot to buy the win, I think. Because the Panthers are absolute shite too. But anyway, fuck the Jets. Are we all picking the Broncos here? Yeah, Key, who you picking for this one?
Speaking of being surprised by a Broncos W last week, the Jets haven't surprised me at all. They stunk last season. They stink this season. I'm taking the Broncos.
Oh, did you see that stat that it's like the first time ever a team has started 0-5 and had 0 defensive takeaways? Or it's like the first time since like 1970 or something, which is crazy because Aaron Glenn, obviously being a defensive mind head coach, it coming from the Lions last season, I thought, and I'm sure a lot of people thought, the Jets are going to be good this season, especially on defense, but they've had 0 takeaways, and Sauce Gardner is cooked. He's looking like sauce that you would use to season a dish with, because that's the only sauce he's got right now, bro. He's getting cooked every game, and he's going to get cooked by Cortland Sutton as well next week. Maybe give me a Cortland Sutton anytime touchdown in this one. As we move on to the Arizona Cardinals at the Indianapolis Colts. The Colts looking like one of the best teams in football right now. Indiana Jones playing like an MVP. Let me check the spread real quick. In fact, I know what the spread is because it's hint for our pick 6 parlay later on. Give me the Colts to win and cover. Q?
Yeah, I'm sticking with the Colts, especially after the Cardinals fell apart like they did. I think they've just been the much better team, and the Cardinals just completely fell apart last game. It's going to be really hard for them to come back against that one.
Real and true. Key, who are we taking?
Yeah, typical Cardinals giving the Titans the first win. It's the Cardinals. What more can I say? Playing against this Indianapolis team that seems to be on fire, I'm still going to side with DJ and my guy, Jonathan Taylor.
Yeah, man, I'm starting for the first time this season in fantasy. Tyler Warren, the big dog, rookie tight end. He has been playing ridiculous. He's been getting, receiving touchdowns. He had a rushing touchdown last week, I think, or the week before. He threw last week as well. Didn't convert it, but I'm like, I need to put this guy on my team because they've got him running, passing, and receiving. He's doing it all. So let me get him in my team. And he's starting this week against the Cardinals. Trey McBride getting benched for the first time. Yeah. I said that about Trevor Lawrence. I don't like his face. Marvin Harrison Jr., he's top 2 faces that I don't like in the league. So let me bet against them going with the Colts. Next up, why are there so many whack-ass teams? I mean, I guess there's a bunch of whack teams in the NFL right now. Not that any team is whack. Every team is great. And if they want to sponsor us or do content with us, go ahead. But it's the LA Chargers who are looking shaky against the Miami Dolphins. Give me the Chargers. What else do you want me to say? Key, who you picking?
Yeah, I'm also taking the Chargers. It's sad because this Dolphins team's let me down a lot with my picks this week. I've been picking them just purely for my boy, Achan. And they've honestly let me down so much. So I'm not even going to stress. I'm just going to pick the Chargers and I'm going to leave it there.
Q?
I might be setting myself up for heartbreak in the future here, but there's so many reasons for me personally. I feel like to pick the Dolphins, especially looking at last game with or just looking more at the Chargers, how their offensive line is depleted, how their run defense hasn't been super great, and that was the 2 best areas of the Dolphins last week. But something's telling me still to pick the Chargers, so I'm going with the Chargers on this one.
I forgot to mention Omarion Hampton, my boy, the rookie running back from the Chargers. He's on IR. So they're going to have Hassan Haskins starting running back. I think they're gonna struggle in the run game. Obviously, the O line's depleted anyway, which doesn't help with your pass protection or your run game. So then to not have your actual like star running back as well, but I mean, we know that Justin Herbert can air it out. We know that it was basically a con anyway that the Chargers were going to be a run heavy team this year. They conned us, they baited us, and we've all picked the Chargers because the Dolphins just suck. I would love to see Darren Waller get in the paint again though, so maybe I sprinkle a bit on that. But we've got an AFC North matchup, the best division in football. Cleveland Browns at Pittsburgh Steelers. Will A-Rod be able to do it against the bum-ass Browns with their rookie starting quarterback? Can we talk about the Browns a little bit, actually? Last week they played in London against the Vikings. Dylan Gabriel's first start. How did we feel about Dylan Gabriel? And is it time to call on Perfect Time and Shador yet?
I mean, I thought he was all right. I've definitely seen worse debuts and worse performers, but I think no matter who you throw at QB for the Browns right now, I think they're kind of SOL. We saw Flacco get his ass beat for a few weeks now. Of course, one win against my team. Fucking sure enough. But yeah, I think any quarterback is going to have a hard time in that system as of right now. Anyway, if they want to, they can throw out Shador and whatever happens, happens. But if they need to like see if they actually have a plan for any of these guys on their roster, or they're just going to be looking to next year already.
I just want to point out for the Chargers game, I know we've moved on now, but the Chargers were only 4-point favourites on the spread, which I thought it would be way more than that. I thought it'd be at least 6. Maybe that injury to Hampton has affected that. But for this Steelers game, the Steelers 5.5-point favourites. This Steelers defense as well, they've just come off a bye week as well. They had the game in Dublin, right? They were the Dublin game the week before that. Steelers defense look great in Dublin. You know, they look like they've found who they are now. They've had the bye week to prepare for this. That's very early to have their bye week though, especially with how old that Steelers team is. They might struggle down the stretch towards the end of the season, but a big AFC North division matchup, division rivals. Give me the fucking Aaron Rodgers Steelers, bro. Dylan Gabriel, I thought he looked decent as well in his debut, and my boy Judkins as well. I said it last week, he might go crazy, and he did. Shout out to him. But yeah, give me the Steelers. Okay.
Yeah, Steeler country, let's ride. That's it. I've got Steelers.
Standard. Good shit. Let's go. Moving on, we've got my Dallas Cowboys coming off a big win against the Jets, an absolutely dominating performance. Why'd you squint?
The Q pick.
I don't think so.
Did you know? My bad, bro. Oh, because I asked you the Dylan Gabriel question just in my head that you picked.
Yeah.
My bad, G. Let me. Alright, time out. That's the second time out of the first half here. What am I doing? I'm a mess. Let's go back.
I mean, it was going to be another pick for the Steelers for me. I think Aaron Rodgers needed this bye week to cure that hangover from all the Guinness that he was doing in Dublin, and I think he'll come out firing again this week.
Good shit, man. Now we can move on. I'm sorry, I just got excited because I saw the Cowboys were next on the slate. Now, again, easy fucking pick. Bum-ass Carolina Panthers team against the Cowboys. Panthers' run defense has been absolute shite. So give me Javonte Williams anytime touchdown and give me Dallas Cowboys to win and cover. Key, who are you picking?
You know, with Dak playing at the level that he is right now, I'm gonna show Dak some love. He's playing great.
Are you feeling okay?
I'm a changed man.
Are you feeling okay?
Great. With all that, with all the injuries this year to starting QBs, I feel like I deserve to show the actual starting QBs that aren't injured right now. Touch wood. Dak doesn't get injured, but he's playing great, and honestly, he could have anybody downfield. He's as long as they're open, he's going to get it to you. So, yeah, I don't think the Panthers can keep up with that. So I'm taking Dallas.
Cool.
Yeah, I said a couple weeks ago I wasn't ready to put Dak in top 10 conversations just yet, but I think I am now. He's been balling out, especially without his number one weapon. I know you're gonna love to hear that. But yeah, no, he's always been a pretty good quarterback. Everybody just hates the star on his helmet, but if he was on any other team, I think people would like him a lot more. But regardless, I'm going Cowboys on this one as well.
Yeah, I expect this to be an absolute shootout again, like every Cowboys game pretty much has been, apart from the Jets, because it was like 30-3 at half time. I know that the final score doesn't really cover that, but it was an absolute blowout in the Jets game. But every game so far has been, I mean, obviously week one as well was a bit weird with the weather delay, but that would have been a shootout if we kept playing. I feel against the Eagles, and I feel we could have won that game against the Eagles too. This, take the over, take the Cowboys on the spread. That's my bet for this game. Javonte Williams, anytime touchdown. And let's say fuck the Carolina Panthers because they are some booty. Now, obviously, the Cowboys defense is looking absolute booty too. Like the receiver out of the Patriots. But they looked decent last week. I know it's the Jets again, and say what you will, and Justin Fields isn't good and stuff, but I say that he ended with like 283 yards or something, but still, that shows you how arse that defense is. But I feel like it's getting better. We got a lot of pressures on the QB last week, which we've been slacking with, you know. I can't believe we signed Jadeveon Clowney. That feels like an absolute fever dream right there, that he's still even playing in this league. But yeah, Cowboys. It pisses me off, by the way, that we have a draw on the record. Like, obviously, we make these picks on ESPN Pick'em. I forgot to say at the start, make sure you join our league. But the fact that I can see draw on there, that just pisses me off. So let's go 3-2-1 with a win over the Panthers. And let's move on to a team who got a big win last week, the Jacksonville Jaguars. They beat the Kansas City Chiefs, obviously, in a big time win. They are hosting the Seattle Seahawks, who took a big loss in an absolute shootout against the Buccaneers last week. Seahawks on the road at the Jags. Q, I'll throw it to you for this one. Who are you picking?
I mean, everything logically is telling me that the Seahawks are a better team, but they're traveling all the way across the country. And I don't know if you guys saw last night, but the Browns traded Greg Newsome away to the Jaguars. I don't know how the Jags fleeced the Browns twice in 6 months, both for pretty decent cornerbacks in the league. And I mean, we've seen Devin Lloyd have some pretty monster games against the 49ers and the Chiefs. And with that interception that Donald threw at the end of the game, just completely boneheaded there. I can see the Jags pulling off a sneaky upset. So I think I'm picking the Jags on this one.
I haven't got my head around that trade yet with the Browns. Obviously, it's just happened today as we record this. I haven't been able to watch any like sports media or anything like that to see what was involved in the trade, why it even happened. But like every time we talk about the Browns, obviously I always big up the defense, Myles Garrett, Denzel Ward. But I remember a few weeks ago, I didn't even know Greg Newsom's name. I was calling him just Zero. Q, I think you'll remember this. I was like, hey, that boy Zero's balling out, and then now he's been traded. So I don't know why. I don't know why it's happened. It seems very weird to me. This game really does feel like a pick'em, you know. The Jags currently 1-point favorites on the spread, so it literally is just a pick'em and see who you think is going to take it. Key, who are you taking?
See, it's a tough choice because the pick'em has a 55 Jags, 45 Seahawks, and I feel like a big factor of it is going to be BTJ. We need him. He needs to be playing at what he should be. Like, he was projected to be this big star, and he's nowhere to be found. I think his season high points on our fantasy is 12 points. Like, how can you be projected to be this like big, like this beast, this unbelievable wide receiver, and then be at such a low level right now? And I think if he plays as good as he should, they'll easy win. So I think yeah, I'm gonna take the Jags.
Man, I want to be different. I really want to pick the Seahawks, but I'm looking at the injury report, and the Seahawks like whole starting defense pretty much are out. Like you've got two cornerbacks, a defensive end, a safety. Looking at the Jags, it says Greg Newsome is questionable with a hamstring, so I must have missed that even at the Browns. But yeah, I wanna pick the Seahawks so badly in this spot. Fuck it, let me just do it. I've got JSN in fantasy. Sam Darnold's going crazy this year. Shout out to Kevin O'Connell for reviving his career last year in Minnesota. Let me pick the Saints. I mean, the Saints, fucking hell. Saints. Let me not pick the Saints. Let me pick the Seahawks. Why would I pick the Saints? They've been absolute shite. We're going with the +1 on the spread. Give me an extra point and let me pick the Seahawks. So, yeah. Why did I even say Saints? It's not even the next game on the slate. I don't know why I just said that. It starts with an S. You know, I'm sick. Anyway, allow me. Next game, now. LA Rams at the Baltimore Ravens. Key, do you want to kick us off with this?
Yes. So the Rams have been a great team all season. Obviously, Puka's unbelievable.
Crazy.
Puka's projected to, if he keeps up this pace, he's supposed to get like, I don't even know, ridiculous yardage. It's insane. And of course, it took a masterclass from Mac Jones to win them, to beat them last week.
All right, can we kill this guy?
I can't see Cooper Rush doing the same. Especially with factoring all the injuries, Lamar not playing. It's going to be a big L for the Ravens. I'm sorry. I'm taking the Rams.
Yeah, the spread for this is 7.5 points in favor of the Rams. They were 7.5 point favorites last week, and look what the Niners did to them with a practice squad. You know, can Cooper Kush go out there and do the same thing? I do want to note before I throw it over to you, Q. Last week, Lamar was projected 0 points in fantasy because obviously he wasn't playing. He's projected 23 points this week in fantasy. So I don't know if he's on course to play against the Rams, but I mean, it says here, Jackson Hamstring. I didn't know that was his full name. I'm sorry. Jackson Hamstring remains sidelined at practice on Wednesday. He's questionable for the game. It's our bye week, the week after the Rams game. So I thought the intention was to bench him still or rest him in the Rams game, have the bye week, and hopefully he's back to play the Bears in week 8. Hopefully he is, because he will dice up those Bears. But yeah, he's projected 23 points, so I don't know if he's set to play or not. But what's your piece on this one, Q?
That baffles me that they're thinking about playing him this week. And I can't believe I'm saying this sentence, but regardless of if Lamar Jackson plays or not, I think I'm still going with the Rams. You're going to need Lamar Jackson out on defense too, with how they've been looking out there. The Rams have looked great all year. They've had a couple of close scares against the Colts, and they ended up losing against the 49ers, but their offense has been elite throughout the entirety of the season, unless they're on the 2-yard line. So if they can avoid that situation, I think they'll be good against the Ravens, so I'm going Rams on this one.
Man, it pains me to say, because I always say never bet against your team. But I'm going to have to pick the Rams to win. I'm going to have to, because I'm caring more about my record now than I do about, backing my team, because the boys, they seem to just pick for record now. And because I'm bottom of the Pick'em League right now, I think I need to try and get some points back. So let me go ahead and pick the Rams to win. Might put a little sprinkle on the Ravens to cover the spread, though. 7.5 points is a big one. But then I'm pretty sure it was 7.5 points last week against the Texans. And the Texans went out there and put belt to ass. Even though CJ Stroud has been absolute shite this season. And so is their O-line. But even still, the Ravens couldn't get home. Ravens making moves, though, on the trade block. I don't know if you have seen. Traded away Adafe Owe to the Chargers for a safety. So hopefully trying to get some safety help, because Kyle Hamilton's dealing with an injury. You've got the rookie Malachi Starks, who seems to be getting cooked every time the ball goes near him. And yeah, we don't really have much other safety help, so I guess bringing in a safety is a big one. 5 games, 0 sacks for Owe. See you later. And yeah, I don't know, man. It's a devastating situation to be in. I feel like a 49ers fan right now. To end the Ravens rant, let me take the Rams money line. Let me take Ravens to cover 7.5 points. Cooper Kush anytime touchdown. I just want to say Cooper Kush again. Let's move on. Patriots at Saints. Saints absolute shite this season. Let me go the Patriots. Drake May's playing like an MVP. I like what the Patriots have going on over there. Give me. I mean, he's not really playing like an MVP, but yeah. Anyway, let me go Patriots. Q.
I'm going Patriots as well. And let me just say, I think, I don't know if you guys are familiar with Drake May Lover on Twitter and Instagram and, everywhere. But him and Patrick Mahomes have given the Patriots the best PR of all time. because people are somehow forgetting 20 years of misery that Bostonian bastard spread across the rest of the league, and everybody's like, "Oh, yippee! I like the Patriots. I like Drake May." Like, no, no, it's okay to hate multiple teams. It's fine. We can still hate the Patriots and the Chiefs. It's okay. We like everybody's like, "Oh, I forgive you, Patriots. You have Drake May. Everything's fine now." No, no. That's all I got.
I love Will Campbell lover as well. He just comments Will Campbell on every post. I see him in every comment section. Key, who we picking?
Yeah, it's gonna be a 3-piece for the Pats. I think Drake May, sorry, is on fire.
Dre May. Wow.
And Trey White. I think Drake May's on fire, beating the reigning MVP last game or last week, and that's great to put on the resume. And
The
I think it's gonna be
resume.
another win.
I see what he did there.
Hey,
By the way, on the sports books, Patriots only 3.5 point favorites here, which makes me very scared. Why is it only 3.5 points? Is this a trap game? Are the Saints going to go back-to-back wins at home? They can get it done at home. I don't know. Patriots have no run game anymore because everyone's like injured in that backfield, aren't they? Apart from Travion Henderson, who again, another guy they baited us with to be like, oh, this guy is fucking sensational, and he gets 0 game time. But
They're acting like they're trying to redshirt him, but it's the NFL, bro. They don't do that in there.
3.5 points. Why is it that low? Now it's got me questioning me pick. Do I switch up and go with the Saints at home?
it's the Saints.
The rattlesnake.
It's the Saints.
It's the rattlesnake. Spencer Rattler. Ooh, nah, give me the Patriots and let's move on. So, 2 absolute shite teams in this next fixture. Like Q said in our group chat before, who the hell is televating this one? It looks like it's Fox by the looks of things on the spread here, on the pick'em. This is 9:05. Why is this televated? It's going to be the Titans at the Raiders. Give me the Raiders. Give me Max Crosby to get a sack in this one. The Concord. Look out for that white boy coming off the edge. He is absolutely sensational. A shining light in an absolute shy fixture. Give me the Raiders to win. Or just give me Max Crosby to win, actually. Not even the Raiders. Eugene Smith, anytime interception. Let me take that, though. Q, who are we picking in this one?
Yeah, unfortunately, Gino's not looked good all year, and he's probably going to be the one to keep this game close. But I'm still going Raiders on this one. You got Max Crosby terrorizing the line on one side. You got Ashton Genty terrorizing the line on the other. I think those two are going to be key factors in this game. Titans very, very lucky to get their first win of the season. I called it though, but I'm calling this one as Raiders.
Yeah, the Raiders O-line are terrifying themselves. You want to talk about terrifying the line? Like, that Raiders O-line are terrifying themselves. Key, who we picking?
You know, just a quick story time. I asked a couple of my friends from Stinky Town about this game, and they knew all about it. So I will not be watching it. Let's just say that I won't be there. I'm not watching Geno Smith throw 3 interceptions and scrape a W. I am gonna take the Raiders though.
I like it, man. Did you see? I was watching the Pat McAfee show, and Pat said he was speaking to Carly Ursay, one of the Ursay daughters, who's taken over the Colts now. And I think the Colts had no interceptions or turnovers on the defense last week. And then she said, coming into this week against the Raiders, obviously being last week's fixtures, she was saying, we need to get more turnovers. And she said, we found something in the way that Geno throws the ball. I think we're going to get some turnovers this week. They had like 2 interceptions, I think, last week against the Raiders. So Carly Ursay, man, she's fucking cooking. But if she has like found something in the way Geno throws, I'm sure she's not the only one in the league who might have noticed that, and that's why he's throwing 3 interceptions per game. So yeah, it is a scary one, you know, to have your QB throwing 3 interceptions a game. But Max Crosby is playing like a top 5 defensive player of the year right now. So I'm always gonna back my boy, the Concord. That's such a hard nickname as well. Let me pick Max Crosby to win this game single-handedly. Big game next up. Tampa Bay Buccaneers hosting Key's 49ers. We'll throw it over to Key to start this one. 2 4-1 teams. Key, who we picking? I think it's obvious, but who we going with?
See, I know both you guys either have or will have picked the Buccaneers. I know Scott's is purely out of hate.
It's absolutely not. It's purely out of love.
And And Q knows ball, so not that Scott doesn't, but Q's a ball knower. Honestly, I'm not going to try and convince you to pick the Niners. We all know I'm picking the Niners. But I think this week, this is where our first rushing touchdown of the season comes. I think we see a little CMC rushing touchdown and receiving touchdown. I don't know why, but like a 24-21 win is screaming my name. And if it does happen, this little face right here is gonna have a mischievous grin next week for week 6. I'm taking the Niners.
Well, Key said I was going to pick out of hate, but it's absolutely not out of hate. It's out of love for the 2-time big dog of the week, Baker Mayfield, who's playing like an MVP right now, and the 1-time big dog of the week, Emeka Egbuka, offensive rookie of the year. Just want to highlight, I put 10 on him to win offensive rookie of the year before the season started. I can cash that out right now for 75 quid. That's how like the odds have changed so much on that guy. So I'm riding with my boys out of love, not out of hate for the 49ers, even though I do think they're a bum-ass team and bum-ass offense with no players and everyone's in hospital over there. But I'm obviously picking the Bucs, Baker Mayfield, Emeka Egbuka. Give me that. I don't know if Bucky Irvin's going to be back for this. It'll be a big blow if he's still missing, but they got the job done last week without him. Put it in the air with Baker. He can dice up anyone. Q, who we picking for this big matchup? This is a big one. This deserves to be on TV, not some bum-ass fucking Titans Raiders. This one's a serious game. Who we taking, Q?
Well, first of all, let me just say the Isaiah Rodgers erasure is crazy. But second, I'm also going with the Buccaneers on this one. I was thinking of that meme that's like, what is it? The lady in at her cubicle and this handsome guy comes up and is like, "Hey, how you doing?" She's like, "Oh, how sweet." And then this other not so handsome guy comes up, "Hey, how you doing?" "Hello, human resources."
Yeah.
That's how I feel with like this Bucks team and the Eagles team because both of them have just been barely winning all their games this year. But I think the reason that I'm so high on the Bucks and so low on the Eagles is just like
They make it look sexy.
they make it look sexy, yeah. No, I think it's just the potential of both these teams. Like if every team in the NFL is playing at their capacity, I think the Eagles are definitely one of the best, and the Buccaneers. I don't think the Buccaneers are as good as the Eagles, but the Eagles this year are just like I said, following that 2024 Chiefs script where they're a great team, but they just keep barely winning their games with questionable decisions, and it's just annoying. But the Buccaneers have had a lot of gritty wins this year. Key, you said there's going to be a 24-21 victory. I exactly see that, but going in Tampa Bay's favor.
Little walk-off field goal from Chase McLaughlin. I wouldn't mind it. But I like that analogy you used there as well. Flirting versus sexual harassment. The Bucks versus the Eagles. I like it because the Eagles definitely give me the sexual harassment vibes. So let's move on to a big game. Q, you can kick us off for this one because it's going to be the Cincinnati Bengals at your Green Bay Packers. You're coming off a bye week. Do you think you're going to hit the ground running or hit the ground slow with that week off? Also, big news coming out of the Bengals. Joe Flacco. Joe Flacco's back in town. Will he be the first ever QB to beat the same team twice in a season? I don't know if that's ever happened before, but Joe Flacco has a chance to go ahead and do it. Q, are you worried to face Joe Flacco again? He's gave you a loss already this year.
Well, I think you meant the first player on multiple teams to beat the same team.
Well, what did I say?
But you just said the first player to beat the same team twice in the same season. You got divisions, bro.
Yeah. I mean, obviously on different teams.
Anyway,
you know,
yeah. I know what you mean. And what I mean is I think the Packers, they have to come out on fire on this one, especially with how the Bengals played against the Lions. They were complete dog shit till like the end of the game where they finally started turning it on. If it gets close in the beginning, I am terrified because Matt LaFleur, he talks about all the time, all gas, no fucking brakes. As soon as he gets a lead starting into the second half, he doesn't play to win, he plays to not lose. And that is the most infuriating thing. He talked about, oh, I didn't fly all the way down to Dallas just to tie. Sure fucking looked like it, but obviously I'm going Packers on this one, but I am just a tiny bit worried.
So the spread currently for this game is 14.5. That's a big spread,
That's
bro.
crazy.
That's a lot of points. 14.5 is a lot of points.
I will also say, I think Jamar Chase has been playing at an elite level this year. We talk about Travis Hunter playing both sides of the ball, but who has more tackles right now?
It might be Jamar. 4 catches, 5 tackles last
It
week or
might be.
something, you know? I don't know what the fuck Jake Brown was doing with those throws last week. He was literally just like airing it out for no reason. But I don't know if Joe Flacco will start this game. You got traded on a Tuesday. You're going to start on a Sunday. That seems like a quick turnaround. But I mean, I fancy Joe Flacco and the Bengals to cover 14.5 points. I'm obviously going to go Packers to win this game, but I like the Bengals on the spread. I'm not going to lie, because I mean, Joe Flacco's coming into town. He's like a 50-year-old veteran. You know, he's got weapons left and right. The only problem is that Bengals O-line, absolute shite, you know, and he's a 50-year-old vet with no mobility going up against Micah Parsons. Ooh, that's a scary combo right there. But yeah, that is, yeah. Joe Flacco might not make it out of this game alive. I'm not going to lie. Let me go Packers to win and throw it over to Key.
Yeah. Why did we not pick up Jameis Winston? Honestly, the Bengals. Why go for a mobile Joe Flacco? Is it because his name's Joe?
Might be.
Are we trying to keep a little chemistry?
I think it's because he's already in Ohio. You know, he's moving down the road.
It's the strangest decision ever. But Joe Flacco, they're bringing an old man into Packers penitentiary, and it's gonna be tough. It really is. He'll be lucky to make it out. They're gonna hang him out to dry. I'm saying Packers by 20.
By 20, damn. That's a lot of points. Even though Jamar Chase is in your fancy team.
Packers by 20. 40-20.
Jamar gets all 20.
Yeah.
And kicks the field goal and extra points. Yeah, yeah, man, that's a crazy spread, bro. I forgot to mention for the 49ers game, the spread is 3 in favor of the Bucs. So you're going into this game underdogs, Key, again. Whether that changes your opinions or whatever, I don't know. But so that's 3 for the Packers. Let's move on to, we've got a double header on Monday night. No, we don't. Yeah, we do. But this ain't Monday night. This is still Sunday. I always get confused because it's UK times on the app. Allow me, we're from the UK. These fucking stupid Brits. But we've got the Detroit Lions against the Kansas City Chiefs. Chiefs 2-point favorites. Man, the Lions are putting up 30 points a game. The Chiefs don't score over 30. This is a tough one. I'm not picking first. Key, take us away.
You know how I said the Dolphins keep fucking with my pick 'em? So do the Chiefs. I picked them a lot, and they fuck it up. And, they did look good through the first half against the Jags, but they got outscored by 10 in the second half. And you can't do that. You can't do that against the Jags, let alone a team like the Lions. Especially because the Lions are just scoring for fun. It seems like at this point, they get a lead and they just think, you know what, somebody's down there. Let's just launch it. They're making Jared Goff look like a top 5 QB, let alone a top 10, and which he's not either. But yeah, I'm taking the Lions.
You just reminded me. I think Big Dog of the Week should have actually gone to Demo. He had a rushing touchdown and a passing touchdown in his homecoming game against Cincinnati last week. I completely overlooked him. I've got to hold my hands up and apologize to my favorite power back. That was a joke. He doesn't like being called a power back. Demo, I'm sorry if you ever see this. But yeah, he probably should have got Big Dog of the Week. But man, I don't know, bro, because I thought the Chiefs were so back. Like, I was watching them against the Jags and I was like, this is looking like real Chiefs action. You know, Mahomes charging down the field. The pick 6 absolutely killed them. Really thought he was going to fumble at the 1 yard line. I can't lie. But obviously made it in. The pick 6 on the 1 is just fucking devastating. But man, let me pick the Chiefs, bro. I never bet against Mahomes 1-5. Never bet against them. I think this is possible like upset potential, even though the Chiefs are favorites. How are the Chiefs favorites? They're 2-3 against the 4-1 Lions who score 30 points a game. Mahomes is on like the top 3 for MVP somehow. Why are the Chiefs so backed by the sports books? I don't know, but this feels like an underdog spot for the Chiefs, which is why I want to ride with them against the Lions.
Is it at Burrowhead?
Arrowhead it is, yeah. Burrowhead. Smoking on Joe Burrow. Let me go Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs at Arrowhead. That is a big one. Give me that. Q, who we taking? It's one apiece right now, isn't it?
Yeah. I think I had the Lions down first, but I got to make one of these picks different. Key and I can't share the same pick 'em for this week, so I think I'm going to change to the Chiefs as well. I think it's going to be one of those games. The Chiefs. It's going to be Lions versus Chiefs and refs. I feel like that's the vibe I'm getting from this game, especially on what is it, Sunday night prime time. Just some kind of crazy devil shit going down at Burrowhead. Um, I I think the Lions are the better team here. I don't know how the Chiefs are favored, and I'd pick them if Key and I didn't already have all the exact same picks. But to make it different, I'm going to go Chiefs as well.
I like it, man. Next up, we've got a double header on Monday night. It actually is on the right day now. We start off with the Buffalo Bills traveling to Atlanta to play the Falcons, who are coming off a bye week, similar to the Packers. Will that be a detriment to the team? Will they come out slow because they haven't been playing? The Bills coming off a big loss at home in the You Already Know jerseys that they had on last week. That was embarrassing for the Bills. You know, you're rocking this new unis and you get beat by a division rival at home. The Bills are going to be angry. They're going to be traveling to Atlanta looking for blood. But Atlanta have had a week off. Any injuries that they might have had, they've had another week to, rest and recover from that. Josh Allen, though, is just absolute fucking Superman. Q, who we picking?
I think Bills easily. I know the Falcons have been playing decent football. I still am just thrown off by that 30-0 shutout against the Panthers. I did not see that coming. I think that's going to be a huge stain for this season. But oh my God, if the Patriots didn't give the Bills more ammunition coming into this game by not only snatching their chain last week, but also, did you see the Patriots uniforms this week?
No.
Patriots announced that they're going with their all white uniforms right after beating the Bills like
That's
that.
cold.
Like, dude, that's yeah. Like I said, everybody's like, "Oh, I like the Patriots now." No, they're still evil. But yeah, I'm rocking with the Bills on this one.
Key. 4.5 is the spread, by the way. Bills favorited by just 4.5. That seems very low, especially because the Bills spreads this year have been fucking crazy.
I feel like other than the Niners, I feel like I've gone for every favourite here, and it's sad. It really is. Actually, no, the Jags are favourites. It's tough, man. It really is. But I'm not going to change my mind. The Bills coming off that tough loss and one of the best looking jerseys I've ever seen in my life against that stinking Falcons. Who did we see their new logo, guys? Can we just
The Falcons?
Did we see that? Yeah, the Falcons put out a new logo. It's absolutely egregious.
They're throwbacks.
I can't remember. They just put it out on Twitter, just a random new logo, and it resembles a certain something that this show
God.
that I do not associate with.
What are we talking about here?
It's disgusting.
He's talking about the Falcons throwback logo.
I need to see this. What are we saying it resembles? I can't even find a picture of it.
It resembles a
What
certain
the fuck?
thing.
That looks like 1940s Germany.
Wait till it has the red background.
That is 1939 right there. Wolfenstein. What the hell?
We do not associate with
Inglorious Bastards. What the
those
hell?
people. So I'm taking the Bills.
It gets worse every picture I look at. What the fuck? Okay, so Key's taking the Bills for that. I'm picking the Falcons. Let me be different. Let me be the guy to be different. I like the Falcons on the spread plus 4.5, but obviously with our picking, we only do straight money line. So if I lose, I lose, and if I win, I win. But I have Drake London and Bijan Robinson in my fancy team, so let me pick the Falcons at home off the bye week. The Bills, their defense is suspect. They're not as solid as they think they are. Josh Allen, yeah, he's like fucking MVP, Superman, whatever. But he took a loss last week, and I feel like he's going to be all in his head now. And let me go with the Falcons to upset and give the Bills another loss. Am I confident in this pick? Absolutely not. Will I come on next week and say, I told you so, if it does happen? Absolutely. But let me pick the Falcons, and let's move into our last game of the week, the doubleheader on Monday night. We don't need a doubleheader on Monday night, let's be real. Like, Monday is just not a day we need a doubleheader. But, you know, the NFL, they want the money from the TV rights. We'll have a doubleheader on Thursday night soon, believe that. We've got the Chicago Bears, though, traveling to play the Commanders. I picked the Commanders last week to beat the Chargers. JD5 was back. They got the job done against the Chargers. I think they get the job done at home here against the Bears too. Once again, 4 points on the spread in favor of the Commanders. JD5 plus that defense plus Bill Krosky Merritt balling out. Give me the Commanders, bro. Key, who we taking?
Couldn't agree more with your pick. The Commanders disassembled the Chargers last week. They're going to disassemble the Bears this week, especially with my new waiver pickup, Bill. I love it.
I'm still mad at that.
Sign me up.
This guy's got 5 running backs.
Sign me up.
Are you playing him?
Sign me up.
Break up immune.
No.
Why even pick him up then?
Bye week. I'm trying to trade away Derrick Henry, you see, but a certain person hasn't picked up as trades.
He's trying to give you Derrick Henry for Justin Jefferson. This man is a terrorist.
No.
Q, who we picking for this game now, bro?
The Commanders have the opportunity to do the funniest fucking thing ever. Win on another Hail Mary. That would be just one for the absolute ages. But yeah, I think the Bears, they've been doing pretty good. They had a great win going into their bye week, but I still like the Commanders more. So I think I'm going to have to go with the Commanders. I don't have a whole lot of football analysis on this one. This one's just sheerly vibes, and vibes are saying Commanders.
I forgot they played last year. I thought you don't normally play the same teams like year in, year out, unless it's obviously a division. So isn't that a bit odd?
Goes off of it goes off like how they finish in their schedule. I think there's that factors into it, but I don't know, because
Yeah,
it seems
it's
like
weird.
the Packers and Cowboys always play every year. Packers and Niners play every year. Niners Cowboys play every year. Shit like that. I don't really know 100% how it works, but
Yeah, well, that is going to bring us to the end of our week 6 picks. Should we get to everyone's favorite segment, the Pick 6 Parlay? Have you guys got your picks?
yep.
Have you discussed them, or are you going to pick the same player again?
We'll just pick the same guys again.
Yeah,
It'll be
go
fine.
for it. Q, do you want to kick us off with your two? Have you gone touchdown scorers?
I got one touchdown scorer.
Yeah, just hit us with whatever you've got.
Just yeah. So for my touchdown score, I'm looking at this garbage ass Raiders Titans game, and I definitely see the opportunity for Ashton Genty to have a good game. So I'm picking Ashton Genty in that game, and this might be a little bit of devil's advocate type shit, but you talked about the spread for the Packers and Bengals. I'm gonna hit the how the fuck do I say this? I think the Bengals are gonna cover that, and if I'm right, I'm right, and if I'm wrong, then thank fuck that the Packers can finally put away a bad team. So that's my thinking there.
I like it a lot. Key, who we going with on your end?
So I went for 2 touchdown scorers. Ashton no, listen. I went with Travis Kelce, anytime touchdown.
I like that. I was actually, hold on, Key, sorry to interrupt, but I was actually going to say in that game analysis, I was going to say Travis Kelce. I like him to get in the paint. I like that pick. You've got me feeling nicey with that one.
Wait for this one. Devontae Adams, anytime touchdown. All the stress and all the defense is going to be, all the defense is going to be watching Puka. Devontae Adams, sign me up.
I like it. He missed out last week. He missed out on one last week, but he's had 3 consecutive the weeks before that. I do really like that. Okay, so we've got Ashton Genty, Bengals plus 14.5.
I thought you were starting to say I was gonna say, I thought he was starting to say Devon Achane. I was like, not this again.
I was fully expecting Jonathan Taylor. I'm not gonna lie. Like I was
Nah,
really
it's too
expecting
obvious.
Jonathan
It was
Taylor.
too obvious. I didn't want to go like super obvious.
Fully expecting Delaney Walker to pick fucking what's his name again? Jonathan Taylor in their picks on Bussing with the Boys. But so for my picks, I was gonna go 2 spreads. I really like Cowboys -3 against the Panthers. I really like. What do I like? I really like Commanders -4 against the Bears. So I'm going to pick Commanders -4 against the Bears. That's going to be my first pick. And then second pick, I might just swerve the spread and do a touchdown scorer. I was hoping one of you would say Javonte Williams anytime touchdown scorer, but I guess I'll be the one to do it. Let me go Javonte Williams anytime touchdown scorer against the bum-ass Panthers because their run defense sucks. So let me go J. Will. That's a 50-1 parlay that we've got right here, boys. 55-1. So £5 returns £278. Are we going to be rich this week or are we going to be £5 poorer? In fact, 5 seems like a bit of a cop-out. Should I do 10? Returns £556. I'm just saying, boys, all we need is to hit this one time, one season, and we're good for life. Not for life, but...
You're setting yourself up for heartbreak, man.
Well, it depends if Key lets us down again with one leg, so... You know?
Devontae Adams.
Find out.
Okay, let me put 5 on it, though.
Next time on Dragon Ball Z.
Exactly. We'll review our picks last week. I mean, surely that was beginner's luck going 5-1 on our pick 6 last week, but maybe we go 6-6. 6-0 in this week. Bro made it a pick 12. That's crazy. Anyway, that is gonna be it for this week's NFL picks. The flu game episode. I'm feeling better as the episode's gone on, but I know as soon as I turn this camera off, I'm about to fucking explode. So, with that being said, Teague time. Like, comment, share, subscribe. You know the vibes. We'll catch you next time. Take it easy. Let us know in the comments below. Why am I even doing more of an outro? The like, comment, share, subscribe's the end. I was gonna say
Wash
let us
your
know.
hands.
Yeah.
Wash your hands.
Exactly. Make sure you wear your mask and wash your hands after watching this video because you might get sick from me speaking in through this mic. But yeah, man, that's it. See you in a bit.
Can I just say, I offered Q the worst trade I've ever seen in my life. It was so late. I was so tired. I just thought, you know what? I really want Amon-Ra. So I was like, not even Amon-Ra. I was just like, I want to get rid of Derrick Henry. What can I do? So I just offered Q, I think Derrick Henry and BTJ for Amon-Ra.
That's even worse than the Jay Jettis one. You are a terrorist. I can't believe you picked up Bill though, you know, as well. I'm fuming off that.
Is that the old Falcons logo on your hat there?
I may be a terrorist. I was really looking at a trade to do with Scott, but
Please tell me you're still recording so you can throw Key going. I may be a terrorist.
I was about to say that's going in the video because I haven't clicked stop yet.
Fade to black and just a quick cut. I may be a terrorist.